Okay, so Bob, we're at dinner last night, and you know this coincidence thing. Now I want you to watch for coincidences because he's talking along and he's talking about how they had to come up with all these characters and new characters, kind of based on some of the classic characters, classic monsters, and he starts describing this werewolf, and I'm like, wait a minute, really? And so then I asked him, well, now, did it look like this? Did it look like that? And yeah, and then it was like a human nose and that.
I had no idea that that particular werewolf, the Bloody Werewolf, had ever had an effect on Distortions.
Well, I didn't either. I didn't know you made it. I just knew it was a Don Post mask. I went to a costume contest here at UNC College, and I put on the Don Post werewolf and hands. I had the hands, and it really looked good. I had some kind of jumpsuit, and I lost to a guy that was wearing a Frankenstein mask I had painted for the Party Palace. Now this mask was not a good mask, but he was more of a ham and stuff. I think that's why he won. But that fueled me to start sculpting a mask to do a whole costume for next Halloween, so that I would win the costume contest, which happened to be a $300 stereo, which was, for a poor college student, that was pretty exciting. So somehow we were connected from the very beginning. Dude, that mask started Distortions. The mask that you sculpted at Don Post Studios, when was this, 75?
About 75, about 75, 76, yeah, about 75.
Okay, so yeah. I buy this mask, and from his description, I am sure that is the mask, and that mask was even hard to get in retail stores because of the blood. Now, people don't know these things, but they put a little bit of blood on the Wolfman, and the retailers had to sign off that they would accept that, or what was this?
Yeah, well, that was at a time where I was at Don Post Studios, and we segued away from the Universal license, and we came up with a whole line of brand new characters. We wanted to pay homage to the old classics as well. So we didn't do a Wolfman, but we did a werewolf and Draculas and these other things. And one of the things that I did was a werewolf, which had a double set to make it different than Lon Chaney's. I moved the nose down and I gave it two sets of fangs, uppers and lowers with a big snarl. And we did an 800 line, which was sculpted hair, and we did a 1,000 line, which had the custom hair and the mouth snarling. And we were also kind of stretching the boundaries. We added blood to the mouth dripping down, as well as a couple of other characters we added blood to, and we shipped them out. And the retailers went nuts because it was, I guess, the first Halloween masks that had blood on them. So they sent them back saying there's blood on these masks, and it's causing, our customers are like freaking out. So the retailers sent the masks back. We had to decrease the blood, but we still managed to keep a little bit of the blood, which is why it's called the Bloody Werewolf.
And it's just so odd that we go through life and you go this way and I go that way, and then boom, the train comes in and we're connected.
Yeah, exactly. The train comes in, and who knows how these coincidences and connections make. I wonder what all I wonder is what mask you would have ended up with had I not sculpted the werewolf. But I'm certainly very honored to be part of the legacy of Distortions.
I don't know about a legacy, but thank you so much for sculpting that werewolf. That changed everything. And it's funny, simple little things. This is what I found in business. Little things like Jordan going to a costume shop and seeing Cretan for the first time. These little things, they're nothing.
Yeah.
Change lives.
It is amazing.
In terrible ways, as you've seen with both of us. Anyway, well, thanks for sculpting that. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, hey, it was truly my pleasure.
All right.
And now we're going to send you on another journey.
I'm afraid of that guy.